Hello, lovely theater kids, and welcome back to another week on Theater Inspired. I am so sorry I have not been posting on this channel. Funny enough, I've been really good about posting to the collab channel I'm a part of, Broadway Conbound, which you should all go follow, by the way. But I haven't been so good at posting here. My life has been really crazy lately. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I just recently went on a trip down to Florida with my mom. I've been doing my princess work and all that stuff, and I just haven't had time to actually sit down and film quality videos for you guys. Today we have a quality video with an actual topic. Yes, I'm just talking to a camera, but it has a purpose. So there we go. But this video is a part 2 to my post this week on Broadway Conbound. This week's theme on Broadway Conbound was talking about the Tonys, so I thought I would continue my thoughts on this channel because on the collab channel we do have a time limit. So I had a lot more thoughts than my 5-minute video would allow, so I'm going to continue it here. So if you want to hear my thoughts on how Great Comet got snubbed and a few other awards, go check out that video. I will link it down below, and I will also put it up in the little tab up here in this corner. So yeah, so go check that out first, or you can just stay here, your choice. I don't control you. So there you go. So first of all, I didn't really like Kevin Spacey as a host. By all means, he was funny and great and did a really good job. But it's very, very hard, in my opinion, to top people like Neil Patrick Harris and James Corden and Hugh Jackman and all that. When I started religiously watching the Tonys, when I became what I say an official theater kid and actually started caring, when I started watching the Tonys that I can actually remember, it was Neil Patrick Harris, Hugh Jackman, and James Corden. Those were the three. And it was great. And they had so much energy and stuff. And Kevin Spacey did too, by all means. And he did a lot of jokes, but a lot of the jokes, we didn't really get. Or at least, the people I was with, we didn't really find them funny. So, and there were some where he was just, throwing shade at the government, and we did find that funny. Other than that, we didn't really know what to think of him. Okay, so, going on to performances. The opening number was good. It was, a general Tony's opening number. I really liked Come From Away's performance. Now, I'm going to say this about a lot of shows. I was surprised at some song choices that they chose to do on the Tonys, mostly because they had actors who were nominated for roles, but they weren't really featured in the numbers. So that's kind of my thing. When Come From Away did Welcome to the Rock, I loved that song. I love that song in the show. And Come From Away is one of my favorite shows this season. I was fully expecting them to do a medley of Me in the Sky and Welcome to the Rock, because Jen Colella is their one individual Tony nominee. And I was fully expecting that. And I love Me in the Sky. It's one of my favorite songs in that show. And I was kind of surprised they didn't. So that was also a thing. I was very surprised at Hello Dolly's performance. David Hyde Pierce is funny and he's great. It was just one of those songs that we were all kind of wondering when it was going to be over, because there wasn't a lot going on stage. It wasn't a very interesting song. And so we didn't really pay attention to it, honestly. Great Comet, on the other hand, I love that they did the Abduction, and we all knew that Dust and Ashes was coming because, hello, it's Josh Groban. But I remember thinking, because I knew they had done the casting call for the Tony Awards and stuff, and I thought, well, it's got to be one of the big group numbers. And so we were talking at this little Tony party that I was a part of. We were all talking. We're like, what's Comet gonna do? What are they gonna do? There have so many people. It's got to be either the prologue or Balaga or the Abduction. It's got to be something big. And I thought it was gonna be the prologue. I love the prologue. It makes good sense to do because it's a song that can make sense in or out of the show, and it also showcases everybody, and you can have that big ensemble that they wanted moving around the stage and all of that stuff, and it can work. but they ended up doing like a part of Dust and Ashes and The Abduction. And like obviously they featured Josh Groban with Dust and Ashes, and they featured Lucas Steele like ever so slightly in The Abduction, with his whole jacket spinning thing. But they didn't feature Danae. And that kind of like bothered me a little bit because I love Danae. And she was also a Tony nominee, and she was like the one like acting nominee from Comet that didn't get featured in that number. And whereas like yes, her part in the prologue is very small, but it could have been a thing. Like it could have featured her. And so that kind of bothered me. But all in all, it was a great performance. It like showcased how big and bold Comet is. Like they came for that Best Musical award. They brought their set, they brought their lights, they brought their ensemble, they brought their audience. Like they were ready. They were so ready. As for like the Best Musical, I wasn't really surprised that they didn't get that, but like they came and they brought it. Like they showed like, hey guys, we are a force to be reckoned with. Like, here we go. And saying that, like Evan Hansen's performance was great. Ben Platt is amazing. I love him. Just like one final thing that I thought was really cute in this whole thing was when Gavin Creel got his first Tony. I thought it was adorable that Sutton Foster was the one to give it to him, like a little mini like Millie reunion. And then I died a little bit because we were scrolling through like Twitter and Instagram, and then there's Sutton Foster posting a picture of her and Gavin just like with the caption Jimmy oh Jimmy, and we all kind of died, and it was great. But it was stuff like that, or the fact that like it was a Pitch Perfect reunion when Anna Kendrick got to announce Ben Platt for Dear Evan Hansen. And it was just really cute with like little things like that. This year may not have been my favorite Tony Awards, but like it was really good, and like the people who won, I'm very proud of them. I can't wait to see their shows. It was a really tough year for theater, and when I say that I mean like there were so many amazing shows that were out that it was really hard to like give everyone the Tonys because there's only one. Hopefully next year's theater will be just as good, if not better, than this year's. Alright guys, that's it for this week. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you like this video and want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to watch part 1 of my Tony thoughts if you have not over on the Broadway Conbound channel. I will link that video down in the description, and you should go check out that channel as well, because there's a bunch of other theater vloggers on that channel who I think you guys would really enjoy watching. So I will see you next week for another video on Theater Inspired. Have a great week, guys. Bye.